Hi everybody, it's Mrs Parks. I hope you had a good half term last week and you've had a great start to learning this week. We've seen many of you working really hard and logging on to our online register, so well done and thank you for that. Today's slides are a celebration of everything that's been good this week in school and also some new information for you moving forward. As you know, on Monday of this week, we had the notification that schools will be reopening to all children on Monday the 8th of March, and we can't wait. The teachers are so excited to see you back. We are back. Such exciting news and really pleasing news for everybody. You are back at school on Monday the 8th of March. Please look out for details that will follow today about drop-off times and collection times. As we were back in December time, there are some restrictions in place in school just to make sure everybody is safe. Please read the details carefully. Share them with people that need to know if they don't access Parent Hub or the website. And if you've got any questions, as always, please give us a call and we'll be happy to help. Well done to all of you who logged back on Monday the 22nd of February for our online learning. Lots of you were clearly working hard because lots of you were registering with our online learning. We've had lots of work from you this week, so a big well done to you. Let's see who our winner is of that £20 Amazon gift card. During your phone call this week from your class teacher will be a discussion about how your child was progressing prior to the national lockdown in January. Your child's class teacher will go through with you the successes your child has had and also achievements in their next steps based on what we know. So please take this phone call, look out for this phone call and enjoy some great news about your child's achievements. Next week, on Thursday the 4th of March, we will be celebrating World Book Day. This is a celebration of books and how the love of reading and how books can influence and inspire you in learning and in activities that you do. As a celebration at Wren's Nest, there will be some faces that are masked to share some stories with you. So during the day, you will have a number of stories to listen to and to watch that are masked. It won't be the people that you think it is. So there'll then be a quiz and it'll be a day full of exciting activities for you to be able to do both on screen for part of it and then off screen, so you haven't got to use technology to access your learning for the day. Please enjoy the day, log on and try and guess who the people reading to you are.
During this time of national lockdown, we are asking children to work online to complete their learning. So it's our job to remind you of how you can stay safe online. Firstly, children, parental controls are there to keep you safe while you work online. Please keep them on, and parents, please make sure you've put them onto the devices that your children are using in order to keep them safe. Secondly, parents, if you are concerned about a child or a family and you'd like some advice, please come and speak to one of our designated safeguarding leads, Miss Moran, Mrs Parks, Miss Harris or Mrs Smith. You can also get advice 24 hours a day on the NSPCC website. If you Google it, it will be the first link that you come to, or you can just type in nspcc.org.uk. And finally, on our school website, we have a CEOP button. This is the Child Exploitation and Online Protection Agency, and it's their job to keep our children safe online from people that they don't know. So if you're concerned that a child may be being exploited or talking to somebody that they don't know, you're able to use this button to report it, and to get advice, again 24 hours a day.
Just like we have been celebrating Mathematicians of the Week, we are also going to be recognising our Readers of the Week. These are children that have tried really hard with their phonics, or they have read something new, or they've produced some comprehension work, or they've tried a new text genre to read. Lots of different ways that we can celebrate reading in school. Let's see who our Readers of the Week are at Wren's Nest. Fantastic work from our weekly quizzes. As you can see, there are lots of different ones each week for you to join in, right from our youngest children to our oldest children. This helps the teachers to see what you've been up to, and they can see what you've learnt from their week of learning, and that helps them plan for the following week. So keep up with the quizzing, and a big well done to all of you.
Hi everyone, I hope you're all enjoying your online learning and sending lots of work into school. We really look forward to receiving it. Now half term's over, it got me thinking back to this time last year, before the pandemic. It was last February when I last took a holiday, and I thought I might share some of it with you. Two of my greatest passions are walking, particularly hill walking, and looking at wildlife, especially if I can take some pictures on my camera. This holiday I was able to do both. I was heading up to Scotland, which is the most northern country of the British Isles. The capital city is known as Edinburgh, and it has a population of about 5.5 million people. The town I was heading for is called Aviemore, which is a small town near to the east coast. It is approximately 430 miles from Dudley, and a car journey generally takes about 7 hours. Aviemore is a great location for walking. It is in the heart of the Cairngorm Mountains and only a short car journey from Loch Ness, which is famous for its tales of a monster. In the winter months, the surrounding mountains turn into a winter wonderland, and the whole area feels like an alpine ski resort. Although the temperatures can get down to as low as -20, the weather can be very unpredictable. This is a picture of a lake, or a loch as it's known in Scotland, at the start of my week. You can see there's only a small amount of snow on the mountains and a very thin sheet of ice over the water. On our first night the temperature dropped and we had lots of snowfall. The loch had been transformed and the mountains had a deep covering of fresh snow. Over the next few days we had very mixed weather. You can see in this picture that the snow had started to melt, but the night was so cold, large sheets of ice had appeared on the water's surface. With so much snow, it was a great opportunity to climb some mountains. The day was lovely and sunny, and the views from the tops were stunning. However, we were in for a stormy end. By lunchtime, the winds were picking up, and a storm had started to blow. Snow was battering our faces, and it was hard to see. It was time to make our way off the hills and get back down to the loch. The trek down became very tricky, as we found it difficult to navigate and to actually see where we were going. Fortunately, we were all carrying the necessary equipment, and eventually we made it back safely to our cars. The following day was lovely and bright, so I decided to explore the local forest. The trees, they're called Scots pines, are native to the UK. Native means they haven't come from a different country and are a great habitat for all sorts of wildlife. It wasn't long before I took my first picture. This is a sparrowhawk. If you are lucky, you may see one in your garden at home. It is a predator, so it was looking out for a meal. To be honest, it took me a little by surprise, as I really wasn't expecting to see one quite so close. The bird I'd really come to photograph is called the crested tit. They're named after the large crest on top of their head. If you want to see this bird in the United Kingdom, you have to come to Scotland. It's the only place they live. After spending some time by the bird feeders, I decided to try to photograph the famous local mammals. I bet you know what these are called. Yes, obviously, we know them as squirrels, but they're actually grey squirrels. Scotland has a different type of squirrel. Let's have a look. Scotland and a few locations in other parts of the UK have red squirrels. These are native to the British Isles. Do you remember what that word means? They haven't been brought in from a different country, unlike their cousins, the grey squirrels. After taking some pictures, I moved further up the forest to an open area where there was some snow. The squirrels were busy finding food, and I was able to take some nice images without disturbing them. They look really good in their winter coats. Can you see the big tufts on their ears? During the summer months, these tufts fall away, but in the winter, they keep them nice and warm. Before leaving, I couldn't resist one more picture. I was quite sad to be leaving the squirrels, but I knew there were other animals to see, and I was looking forward to the rest of the week. The following day, I made my way past the forest up onto the moors. The moors are huge expanses of land that are managed for grouse. Grouse are a real special type of bird. They are about the same size as a chicken. They have special adaptations to let them live high up in the mountains. As you can see from this photo, they're very shy, and you have to be really quiet if you want to get close to them. Grouse love to eat the fresh shoots of heather. Heather is the purple flower you can see in this picture. During the winter months, they sometimes have to dig through the snow to find it. However, they've got adaptations that let them do this. Their feet are covered in feathers so they stay warm. Grouse spend large parts of the day on top of rocks, looking out for their many predators. They're also very social birds and will stand calling to each other to keep in touch. After taking a few more pictures, I packed up all my things and headed back to the forest. During the winter months, red deer that usually live high in the mountains make their homes in the forest and surrounding areas, and I was hoping to get a few pictures of them. Only the males, the boys, grow antlers. Antlers are the huge horns on top of their heads. During the dark winter months, red deer find shelter and food in the forest and the valleys, and are much easier to find than other times of the year. By the middle of the week, there'd been a little more snow, so I thought it was time to head back up into the mountains to see what I could find. The first birds I managed to see were called snow buntings. It's a good name for them. They come from the Arctic and spend their winters in Scotland and the East Coast. They're well adapted to the cold. I had almost climbed to the top of the mountain before I was able to spot the bird I had come to see. It's really well camouflaged at this time of year. It's called a ptarmigan, and it's a real winter specialist. On the way down, I managed to spot another pair. They look very different to the previous pictures because they've started to change into their summer coats. In birds we say their summer plumage. The picture on the left, he's the boy, he's the male, whereas the one on the right, that's the female or the little girl. She looks quite different to the male. She's much more camouflaged. Just like the red grouse, ptarmigan have many adaptations, including feathers on their feet. We can clearly see this as this ptarmigan runs across the top of the snow. Leaving the mountains for another day, I couldn't help but notice the footprints in the fresh snow, and I was determined to come back the following day to find out what had caused them. What do you think could have caused them? I wonder. I bet some of you are now shouting at the screen. They were caused by rabbits, and you would be nearly right. These aren't rabbits though, these are mountain hares, and they've turned white for the winter months. Hares can be very timid. They have many predators, including golden eagles, and are really vulnerable when the snow has melted and they still have a white coat. Following the tracks higher up into the mountains, I managed to find a few more hares and take some pictures. Then the weather changed. It started to snow again, so I made my way back to the car. My holiday in Scotland was nearly over, but there was one more animal I was desperate to see, and I had to go back to the forest. However, this particular bird is so rare, it's very difficult to see, and few people are lucky enough to find one. After searching round for what appeared to be hours on end, I was just at the point of giving up when I heard a very unusual sound. Turning round, looking through the trees, there I managed to catch my first glimpse of a male capercaillie. This bird is so rare, there are only about 1,000 left in the United Kingdom. They are in serious decline and are on the RSPB's red list. I felt very privileged to spend some time with this creature and take a few pictures, and couldn't wait to get back to tell everybody about my adventures. Taking one last snap, I very quietly put my camera in the bag and left the forest. I was sad to be leaving Scotland, but I was really happy inside because I'd had such a wonderful time and seen so much wildlife. I hope you've enjoyed sharing some of my adventures and thought I would leave you with a couple of pictures showing just how deep the snow can get in Scotland. I'm really looking forward to seeing you all back in school and hope you stay safe until then. Bye for now.
Again, some excellent super science that's been taking place. Mia Grace, a big well done to you. She tried making Miss Wire's love potion during our day of a love of learning. So big well done to you. You clearly are a scientist of the future. Well done. Our very own Mrs. Jones has been busy this week, again cooking for the family, and this week she's cooking a beef and mushroom pie, something warm and hearty for us all. Watch the video clip and get cooking with Mrs. Jones. Why not take a few minutes out of your busy day of online learning and spend some time with Mrs. Gallis? This week she focuses on a book called I Am Strong. Enjoy this session, it's a beautiful session. Relax, know you're strong and enjoy. On Monday, it's the 1st of March and it's the start of a new month. The new month of March in which we see the beginning of spring. We can already see signs that spring is on its way. But Monday is also a special day for Welsh people and it's called St David's Day. Now, Wales is part of our United Kingdom and the United Kingdom is made up of England, Scotland, Northern Ireland and Wales. And there is a flag that is the Welsh flag, which is white and green, and it also has a red dragon. And when people talk about Wales, a red dragon is the symbol they usually think of. Well, St David's Day is celebrated because St David was a very special person. And he was, back a long time ago in history, he was the patron saint of Wales and he is celebrated on March the 1st. And when this day is celebrated, usually people around the world wear either a leek or a daffodil, which are some of the Welsh emblems and the national emblems. So it's either people that live in Wales and still live in Wales and class their nationality as Welsh, or people that were born in Wales and now live in other parts of the world that still class themselves of Welsh origin. Usually, special concerts and parades are also held in St David's honour, but as you know, this year, this cannot happen. And it's just a day to dedicate a special memory to somebody Welsh people believed was a very special protector over all areas of life many, many years ago. So, happy St David's Day. If you see a leek or a daffodil or somebody wearing a leek or a daffodil, they are celebrating St David's Day. St David's Day by Brenda Williams. A land of rugged mountains, a land of finest slate, the sound of rushing rivers gives us cause to celebrate. A land of ancient forests, green valleys, grazing sheep, gives the people of St David a land they wish to keep. Follow the red dragon flag in parades led by Welsh bands. Raise voices in the choirs to salute this lovely land. For here in Wales or far away, the Welsh remember still, and on St David's Day they with pride wear leek or daffodil. Happy St David's Day. This is just a reminder, now on the website under your year groups, you have our latest version of our daily plan. This is to help you make your day and set your routine of the day to help you with your learning. Don't forget to break your day up, just so you've done some learning, then you have a break, and you can have a break by either having a walk around the garden or go and get a drink or watching news round or something, and then move on to your next task in school. Please share your work with us. We've had such a fantastic response this week from all of the ways that you can share work with us. That's the post box for lots of deliveries. We've had lots and lots of WhatsApps with your work, and also lots of emails. So get in touch with us and share what you've been up to. This is just an example of a plan that our early years children can use. So that's children in nursery, preschool or reception. And this daily plan has symbols on it, so it helps the children understand what they have to do next with you as parents. Children are familiar with these symbols. They are used in the setting, in the classrooms, and hopefully they'll be able to follow this pattern at home with you too. As you know from calls with both your teachers and your phase leaders, and from reminders from me, we are still monitoring attendance at school because it's really important even though you're at home. 97% or above will mean a prize for you when you come back to school. 97% or above of online attendance means you get a prize when you return to school. We love good attenders at Wren's Nest, as you know. Remember to fill in the online register each day. So let's see who the winners are this week. Well done to all of you, right from our nursery children, our youngest children, through to our oldest children in Year 6. For those of you who've delivered work, it has been fabulous to see so many of you walking up to school and dropping your work off. We're proud of all of you. Keep on doing what you're doing. Well done, and keep posting. Thank you for all the wonderful emails we've received from you with your work. We are so pleased with how much work you are producing at home and you are learning from. And it's great to see that hard work when you email it into school. If you get up to much over the half term, please email us. It might be a photograph of what you've been up to on your daily walk. It might be a challenge you set yourself in the garden. These are just some of the pictures of our children working that have been sent via WhatsApp. Thank you to all of you for sharing your work with us and all that hard work and effort that you're putting in at home. We love to see what you've been up to. Thank you so much. We're very proud of you. As I've said about emailing us, if you would like to share what you've been up to over half term with us, please do so via the school mobile and via WhatsApp. Mrs. Parks will be carrying it. I will be carrying it over half term. I'll have the phone. So if you would like to share it with us, I'd love to see it, and I can then pass it on to your teachers once we're back at school. Thank you for sharing with us, and keep up the excellent work. Now for our mathematicians of the week. Let's see who they are. In early years, Key Stage 1, and who are rock stars of the week. Who's been on TT Rock Stars in Key Stage 2, that's Years 3, 4, 5 and 6. Well done to all of you, our wonderful mathematicians of the week. A big well done for effort and achievement this week within your maths work. A big well done to Alexandra and Fatima. Both of you are our TT Rock Stars whole school leaders at the moment in joint position. Let's see what happens in our final week of TT Celebration Rockstars with home learning. As always, please stay connected. Pass on any information you receive to people that you know who don't receive it. And Parent Hub and the school website are the best places to go to access the most up-to-date information. If you do have any questions or queries, big or small, please get in touch with us. Lots and lots of ways now for both families and children to get in touch with us. A number of ways to contact us here, but there are also the WhatsApp groups for work. And also, if you need to drop off any work in school, you can do that through the post box, or you can email us, as I've said before. Please get in touch with us and stay in touch with us. We are missing you all so much, and it's so lovely to see the work that you're doing at home. It makes the teacher's day when they see your work, and also when they call you each week. They love to discuss with you the work you've done so far and how you can progress and make progress at home. It's really important to us, so stay in touch, and we can't wait to see you very soon. As always, take care of yourselves, look after each other, stay safe. I can't wait to see you all very, very soon. Lots of love. Bye-bye.